Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Living in Philadelphia Suburbs. If you're new here, I'm Neil Fish, and I help you discover what it's really like to live, work, and thrive in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Today we're diving into something really special, I think. Something a little bit different. I'll be honest with you, if you don't like to think, turn this video off right now because you're not going to find it interesting at all. But if you're thinking about moving to the suburbs of Philadelphia, particularly Conshohocken and the Colonial School District area, stay tuned because what we're going to talk about is volunteering in retirement, particularly. It's how retirees in Conshohocken and the Colonial School District can stay active, connected, and make a big difference through volunteer opportunities. But not only that, what's in it for you and you and you? Yeah, if you're retiring from something, you may have a problem. But if you're retiring to something, you have an opportunity to live a fulfilled, enriched, and enriching life here in Conshohocken and the surrounding area. Well, I was going to say that's enough preaching, but actually maybe not. So let's get into it today and talk about what volunteering in retirement could look like here in Conshohocken. One of the things about Conshohocken, White Marsh, Plymouth, but particularly Conchi, is a strong sense of community. And how do you get involved in the community if you're new to the area? Volunteering is a great way to meet people, to get connected, and to make new friends. You know, whether it's you're interested in mentoring youth, helping your neighbors in need, supporting your neighbors, or if you just want to make new friends, there's something here for everyone. I drove around the other day and I looked at the fire departments, the SPCA, the food bank, the community center, and they all have signs out asking for volunteers. Guess what? They need your help. They want your help. So let's talk a little bit about what a retirement for the average person could look like in this area. As I said earlier, if you're retiring from something, you may have a problem. As many of you know, I had a long career as a certified financial planner, and I helped a lot of people plan their retirements. And the one thing that I found was the guys who said to me, I'm going to play golf, didn't end up having a great retirement because you can't play golf 40 hours a week. You can't hang out at the golf club 40 hours a week. And those of us who are golfers, you know what that all means. There's plenty of pros to golf, but there's plenty of maybe the other way to look at things too. I just use that as an example. You know, your hobbies, some people take up very meticulous hobbies. I mean, if you want to start rebuilding watches or something like that, very, very specific, particular, and time-consuming, that might work for you, particularly if you have that hermit mentality. But most people thrive on connections with other human beings. Hey, look, we're furry mammals, we're hairy mammals, and we're social creatures. We want to live with other people. We want to be close to other people. We want to be involved with other people. One of the big problems for retirement in America today is isolation and separation. And that goes to everything. Your family, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your whole milieu, as they say. What I found with my clients in my planning practice was that those people who were retiring to something, who had a purpose in their retirement, who had a vision of something greater than themselves, than just pleasure or relaxing, had far more successful retirements than those who didn't. So let's drill down now and look at some of the specific volunteer activities that you might be interested in here in Conshohocken and surrounding area. In Conshohocken, and I took a picture of their van and there's some pictures of their thrift store, I focused on the Colonial Neighborhood Council. This nonprofit organization operates a food pantry, which is over there at the church near the Marywood Park. They're active, I don't know specifically what days, but I see them there in the mornings often, unloading boxes of food. And the Meals on Wheels program. And they have plenty of job opportunities for volunteers, distribution, deliveries, and administrative support. It's a great way to have a real impact and interact with other locals. I'll put their website down below. It's colonialneighborhoodcouncil.org. You can pack and sort food donations. You can deliver meals to people who can't get out, who need help. And there's office help and support. And the other thing that I see is every time those people are over there in the mornings bringing food, they're standing on the sidewalk, having conversations. And that's what I'm talking about, meeting people. We've looked at lots of parks in these different neighborhoods around the Colonial School District. And what we've seen is kids playing soccer, kids playing baseball, kids playing basketball, kids climbing on the monkey bars. There's all kinds of youth programs around the area. Do you love sports? Do you love helping little kids, mentoring youth? There's all kinds of youth volunteer activities related to sports. We've seen it in White Marsh, we've seen it in Plymouth, and we've also seen it in Conshohocken. You think about the opportunities. There's all kinds of coaching and assistant coaching positions that need to be filled. And let's face it, if you're coaching a bunch of 8 or 9-year-olds, you don't have to be a professional baseball player or soccer player to really be able to help them. Also, all kinds of clerical duties that go with all these sports organizations. And of course, there's concession stands, and they always have to be raising money. And you know what? If you help bring money, everybody loves you, because although love is great, money is what makes the world go round. And then there's all kinds of community sports days. You know, we've seen it over there in White Marsh at the big park. We've seen it here in Conshohocken. I say start with the local Parks and Rec department. Conshohocken Borough Parks and Rec, White Marsh Parks and Rec, Plymouth Parks and Rec. Go to the rec center, talk to people, see what's available. It's a great way to get involved and make a big difference, particularly in the lives of the kids. Let's talk about churches. Some people are more religious than others. Some people don't want to be involved with a church. But what I'm going to tell you is, whether you're religious or not, these groups at the churches are caring, concerned, involved people. And getting to know some of them may be a really good thing for you in your retirement. I'm not going to list any of the churches. We've seen them all. Conshohocken has a church on every block going up Fayette Street, and they cover all the bases. You know, right back here over my shoulder is Synagogue on Ridge. Right down the street, St. Philip's. Conshohocken has St. Matthew's. There's churches all around, all denominations. And they all do food drives. They all do charity events. And they all have pastoral care teams to help older people in times of need, both physical and spiritual. Might not be for everybody. My wife's great aunt Clementine, who died a number of years ago at the age of 103, when I asked her what she did with her time, because this lady had all her wits about her, told me that what she'd like to do was go to the senior center or the church and read to the old people. If that doesn't make you laugh and put everything in perspective, I don't know what will. All I can say is these church groups will welcome you with open arms and make you feel part of the community. And that's a good thing. Maybe you're a gardener. How do you get involved in gardening other than your own yard? Around here, it's a war against the deer. You need fences, you need sprays, you need vigilance. But there's community activities too. We've saw just recently in the last couple videos, the Conshohocken Community Garden. Some of the food in the community garden goes to the food bank. But they also mentor kids. We saw the elementary school has a garden site over there. Think about what fun it would be to help young kids learn how things grow and where our food actually comes from. We've been up here to the top of the hill to the Coons Park, the White Marsh Greenhouse. The volunteers up there, the master gardeners and the greenhouse volunteers, had that greenhouse packed with vegetable seedlings that they sold at fundraising event and also donated to the Conshohocken Community Garden with the notion of growing vegetables for the food bank. If you like gardening, you can pitch in. Master Gardener class, check it out. Again, I think if you talk to Parks and Rec, they can point you in the right direction. All these towns have shade tree commissions that you can be involved in. And also both Plymouth and White Marsh have environmental advisory boards. And we've talked about the open space initiatives that have been going on for more than a couple decades. And it's a great place if you're retired and you have a passion for sustainability and the environment, like-minded people doing serious work to make the world a better place. What could be better than that? If you agree with me, leave me a comment down below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I'm always looking to help you make a smooth move into, around the Philadelphia suburbs. Colonial School District need volunteers? You know they do. They have grandparent reading days. They have STEM and career day speakers that they need. Did you have an interesting career? Did you have a boring career? Did you have a career that you really liked? Or did you have a career you really didn't like, but you had a part-time job that you found really interesting? Or a hobby that could be a profession for someone who had full-time? These kids need to hear from you. And then there's all kinds of field trips and art and music programs and things like that. And they always need volunteers. Now, you know, the age we live in, you got to get checked out and you have to be properly vetted. But, you know, that's just for the protection of the kids, and an important thing, too. There's scout troops at all the churches, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. They need volunteers. Were you an Eagle Scout? They need to hear from you. Were you the #1 cookie seller in your Girl Scout troop? These kids need to hear from you. They need your help. They'll welcome volunteers. The other thing with the Scouts is there's merit badge counselors, and they need people to do that. They need people to help with the outdoor projects and all those sorts of things. How about at the library? We've been by the Williams Jeans Library in White Marsh. It's an interesting, non-governmental organization. They need people on their board. They need people to help with the book fair, which is one of their big fundraisers. They have a number of fundraisers over there, and they need help with all of those things. Do you like to read? Do you like libraries? Do you like books? Do you like kids? Do you like movies? They have an incredible movie selection over there. Somebody could really do something with the movies over there that they have. Movie nights. They don't have it. Might be fun. You could do it. What else? Conshohocken Library. We've been by there. Read to the kids. Help the kids understand how to use the library, what the library is. And then just the operation of the library. I'm sure they can always use help with that. So, schools, scouts, libraries. Any interest? Leave me a comment below or communicate with me and I'll point you in the right direction. Are you a knitter or a sewer, a seamstress or a tailor? All these veteran organizations, the local hospitals, what I call old folks homes, they all need you. Senior centers in Plymouth, in Conshohocken, they often need help with their programs. Give them a call, see what they're up to. Maybe there's a position on the board. You could really make it a better place. We drove past the SPCA. The Montgomery County SPCA headquarters, we drove through the driveway, is right here on Ridge Avenue in White Marsh. They had a sign out front, help needed. They need you to help. There's so many stray animals. And let's face it, the most vulnerable in our society are the animals and the children. And who gets abused the most? The animals and the children. They need your help. One last group I want to talk about, the volunteer fire departments. All the fire departments around here are staffed with volunteers. Up here at the top of the road is past the Coombs Park, and St. George's is the Barron Hill Fire Department. That's, of course, White Marsh. They go out on 1.5 calls a day. I mean, if you're 70 years old, are you going to be fighting fires? No, but they need all kinds of help over there. All kinds of help. Maintenance, fundraising, organizational, administrative, all that. And, you know, nobody thinks about firemen until there's a fire, and then you're glad that they're there. So maybe that's an opportunity for some of you. And there's all kinds of camaraderie and goodwill at the firehouse. For anybody who's ever spent more than 5 minutes there, you know that. Okay, we talked about the SPCA. The question now is, how do you find these opportunities? Call the borough, call the township, call the Parks and Rec, call the school district. Check out the Montgomery County website. There's two websites that I've looked at. One's called volunteermatch.org. The other one is called idealist.org. They're looking to put people together. Talk to your neighbors. What are your neighbors doing? Let's face it, you know, we've been around Conshohocken a lot. There's people on the street all the time. Talk to them. Be great. And again, think about the career you had before you retired. Did you dive into it feet first, go 100 miles an hour for 40 years? Or did you move into it kind of gradually and learn what you were doing? And maybe that's the way to approach volunteering. Don't commit, test. It's like a tasting menu. You can go out and have a big roast beef or steak dinner, or you can go out and get the 12-course tasting menu and find out what you really like. I suggest you do it that way. So there you have it. Whether you're into gardening, mentoring, coaching, just want to lend a hand, Conshohocken and the surrounding Colonial School District area are full of ways to stay involved, to meet great people, and to make a real difference. Give meaning to your retirement and make living in Conshohocken the best move you ever made in your life. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment below if you have any ideas for volunteering in the area. And I could feature something next time. Hey, I'm Neil. This is Living in Philadelphia Suburbs. If you're looking to make a smooth move in the suburbs, around the suburbs, to the suburbs of Philadelphia, and I don't care if it's 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months from now, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All my information's below. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.